So I have.
You can share the screen, right? It's happening, right?
Just a second. Yeah.
Okay. So you can just introduce yourself and later you can just have a screen share. Okay. All the best.
Happy evening to one and all present here. Greetings, my dear friends. I guess you all must have had a wonderful day today. So even before I start my session, let me introduce myself. I'm Lakshmi Nandakumar, and we've had a wonderful training program at Mysore AMCAD with wonderful takeaways. So the 2 days training program has literally empowered me to handle anything and everything on this planet. Let me be very honest with that. So much before I start, what exactly is the purpose of this training program? I would just request everybody to close your eyes. Take a deep breath for about 10 to 15 seconds. Please take a deep breath. Just focus on your breath. Inhale and exhale. Just have a feeling as if the entire world belongs to you. You are very happy, and you're the happiest person on this planet. Just focus on that. Gradually open your eyes. Refreshing, isn't it? How did you all feel? May I know how did you all feel? Well, I think it must be really refreshing. So, well, today's topic is positive thinking. So let me share the screen first. Positive attitude, the power of being optimistic in life. So which is pretty much needed, in everyone's life. So without a positive attitude, anything that you plan will go for an utter waste, right? So what exactly is this positive attitude? A positive attitude is an optimistic and resilient mindset characterized by focusing on the bright side, embracing challenges with confidence, and seeing setbacks as opportunities for growth. It fosters personal well-being, enhances relationships, and boosts overall success. So just to cite an example, supposing, say, you are, preparing bisi bele bath, okay? So for bisi bele bath, you have to add a lot of ingredients. It could be rice, tur dal, vegetables, spice in it. You grind everything, the spices, and make it good. And finally, you heat it. And then when it comes to the question of consuming bisibele bath, then you realize, oh my God, there is no salt in it. So the entire thing goes for a toss. So irrespective of what the traits that you have inculcated, so it could be, you're a highly intellectual person with, tremendous potential in you and very capable. You know everything under the sun, but yet, if there is lack of confidence in you, nothing on earth would be possible. So optimism plays a vital role in each one's life. So irrespective of, which age, it could be a toddler, it could be a baby, a child, or even a senior citizen, a middle age, a youth, whoever it may be, irrespective of the age. positive attitude is something which will take you positively to the positive side of life. So a pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. So this is a very famous quote by Winston Churchill. Now, supposing you wish to climb a cliff, okay? So it is obviously a very tedious task. And I give you a rope. I ask you, okay, you make use of this rope and you climb the cliff. So what would the optimist think? Oh man, this is such a simple task, an easy task. I have the rope and I can literally hold on to that and I can climb the cliff. I can reach the zenith. But a pessimist would think, what if the rope breaks in between? What will happen to me? I will have a fall and I will die. So that is the difference between a pessimist and an optimist. I hope you all got the point, the difference between a pessimist and the optimist. So optimism plays a pivotal role in each one's life. So let us first focus our attention in how optimism empowers an individual in personal life. So one should have a powerful mindset. Well, so obstacles are just opportunities in disguise to see what you're really made of. So that is something each one has to agree upon. So if there is no, hiccups in life, it becomes really monotonous and a very dry life. Okay. So what I would say is, supposing, if there is only day, okay, 24 hours only day, there is bright sunshine and there is no night. There is no night, there's no dawn, no dusk. Then how would you feel? You would not be happy about it. So you would wish to relax and sleep at night. It's even the vice versa is true. Supposing if there is only darkness, 365 days there is darkness, how would you feel? So life should be a combination of both darkness and brightness. So let's focus our attention towards this enhanced resilience. So what do you mean by enhanced resilience? Optimism equips us with the resilience to bounce back from challenges and setbacks. Instead of seeing obstacles as insurmountable barriers, optimistic individuals view them as temporary hurdles that can be overcome with effort and perseverance. See, everything, you begin something, there would be a lot of hiccups, as I mentioned earlier. So life is always a struggle. So one has to accept, remain positive, and just forge ahead. So once you forge ahead with confidence, you will cross every milestone with success. So this art of bouncing back plays a vital role in forging ahead and seeing brightness in your life. So resilience is nothing but bouncing back. And the second important trait is, supposing you have everything, all the riches, everything that belongs to you, but your mental health is at stake. So if your mental health is at stake, you may not be able to think properly. You will definitely have a negative mindset. So maintaining an optimistic outlook has been linked to lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Optimistic individuals tend to have better coping mechanisms, allowing them to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and emotional stability. Supposing if your outlook is something like, supposing you happen to, attend a meeting and you're very sober, you're very dry, people will just not look at you. And if you're very lively, people will understand what a good mindset this person has. Obviously, the person would, feel like talking to you, and even that person will feel at ease. So that's how one can have a calm and a composed mind. So even the mental health would improve if there is positivity, if there is confidence within an individual. Healthier relationships. Optimism fosters positivity and warmth in our interactions with others. It helps us approach relationships with trust, empathy, and forgiveness, leading to stronger bonds and deeper connections with friends, families, and romantic partners. So optimism also plays a vital role as far as the relationships are concerned. So it could be amongst the friends. Supposing you are a person who always says, oh, this is not possible by me, man, so let's not do it. And even in a family for that matter, supposing you are not optimistic, how will you transfer that positive energy to your children? So obviously, your children will be watching you 24/7, trying to grab your attention and see, my parents are my role model. So this is the thought, precisely the thought that will be in children. Supposing you feel low and whatever you experience at your workplace, you come in and vent out everything here. By being pessimistic, obviously your children also will not, realize the value of being positive. So positivity plays a very important role even in maintaining healthier relationships. So because of this, we have also seen various incidents of divorce cases, because if one person is over energetic and the other person doesn't respond, there comes the end of the relationship. So this is something which one has to realize. In a healthier relationship, there should be synchronization, of the thoughts between the spouses. Increased motivation and goal achievement. Optimistic individuals are more likely to set ambitious goals and persist in their pursuit despite obstacles. Their belief in their ability to succeed fuels their motivation and commitment, ultimately leading to greater achievement and fulfillment in various areas of life. So let me just cite an example. I always keep telling my son, okay, when he was young, in fact, like I used to tell him, you don't study just for the heck of, scoring well in your exams. So you have to literally boost the confidence among children. So you have to study thinking that the ultimate goal for you is to acquire knowledge. So because knowledge is something which cannot be, removed or separated from an individual. So marks is only a temporary thing. Exams is only a part of life. It can never be life. So like this, we have to keep motivating our children and try to bring them towards their goal. So there will be obviously, good focus, and children will definitely work towards it and attain success. So this is the mantra. So there is no rocket science in this. Keep motivating your children and say, just give your best. Give your best, leave the rest. Focus on the subject. Don't bother about marks. Greater sense of well-being. Optimism contributes to a greater overall sense of well-being and satisfaction with life. By focusing on the positive aspects of life and expressing gratitude for what we have, we cultivate a mindset of abundance and contentment. So there is never a satisfaction in one's life. See, goal is needed for one to achieve success, but that shouldn't just push you hard and say, I have not achieved it. Keep trying towards the goal. Have a positive mind frame. You should be focused, have a positive direction. Supposing, say you wish to travel to Kashmir, okay, and you're all set. Get into your car and drive. It could be from South India or Mid East or North or wherever. So there should be a particular focus. Your destination is North India. Supposing instead of moving towards your destination, you literally change the direction and go towards South, obviously, you will not reach Kashmir. You'll only reach Kanyakumari, right? So there should be some focus. So in a nutshell, what I would say is optimism is something which one has to embrace in each one's life. Optimism empowers to overcome challenges, nurtures relationships, and lead fulfilling lives. So let us focus our attention towards optimism in professional life. Enhanced problem-solving abilities. So one can be a good professional only if he or she has a problem-solving capability, right? So optimistic individuals approach challenges with a solutions-oriented mindset. So every problem has a solution. So there cannot be any problem without a solution. Sometimes what people do is They're trying to find out every, problem in every solution. Even if you give them a solution, they will think, what if, this creates another set of problems? So that shouldn't be the focus. So rather than becoming discouraged by setbacks, they see them as opportunities for innovation and growth. So this optimistic perspective enables professionals to navigate complex problems more effectively. So all what is needed is, supposing you're extremely creative, well, you have great innovation and you know what the solution is, but whatsoever, that planning is pretty much needed. Supposing you plan it well, you will be in a position to solve the problem. So any problem that comes on your way, you will obviously acquire the capability to arrive at a proper solution. Increase resilience. So as it was discussed earlier in the personal life as well, so the power of bouncing back and adaptability. In today's rapidly changing environment, the ability to adapt to new circumstances is essential. Optimistic individuals are more resilient in the face of uncertainty and change. They maintain a positive attitude even during challenging times, inspiring confidence in their colleagues and leaders. So this is a very important trait which has to be incorporated amongst the individual. So let me cite an example. So I was a trustee of We Nurture Foundation, which is a registered public charitable trust handling children with developmental delays. So when we started our venture during the peak COVID, that was in 2020, so we were sharing our building with Pudar Jumbo Kids. There was ample space. It was like a blessing in disguise because they went online and we had the entire space. But it so happened after 1.5 years, there was a lot of, we were actually asked to vacate that property. So in fact, we were literally running from pillar to post, trying to identify the right property so that we could, set up our center there. So finally, we could identify a property. And then when we moved in, there was a lot of space crunch. So that was the time wherein, we became so extremely adaptable. We were trying to utilize the given space to the fullest possible. So like this, there will be a lot of uncertainties even at the work front. So all we have to do is bounce back and see what best can be done with a given available opportunity. So the art of positive attitude plays a pivotal role in this front as well. Then positive influence on team dynamics. Optimism is contagious and can have a profound impact on team morale and productivity. Optimistic leaders inspire their team members with a shared vision of success and instill confidence in their abilities. This positive atmosphere fosters collaboration, creativity, and a sense of unity among team members. So the team leader should always be positive, transfer positivity amongst their peers, transfer positivity among the group members, motivate them. So then obviously everybody will work together for a common goal. So the leaders should exhibit this trait of positivity, of being optimistic, because this optimistic is extremely contagious. So a good leader can empower people, inspire people, share the vision, and bring about a tremendous change. So there will also be effective career growth opportunities, and this will ultimately lead to greater success. So this is as far as the professional front is concerned. So I would also highlight few points about our great Indians who had produced many individuals who have exemplified optimism and positive thinking in their lives. So here are a few notable examples. The first picture, all of us know Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, often referred to as the father of the nation in India, led the Indian freedom struggle against the British rule through non-violence. His unwavering optimism in the face of adversity, coupled with a commitment of truth and non-violence, inspired millions and ultimately led to India's independence. So he incorporated the art of non-violence. He was extremely positive and he said, by being a non-violent person, I'm sure I can definitely bring freedom to our nation. And he really proved that right. So it is not just Mahatma Gandhi alone. We have so many freedom fighters who believed in themselves. They instilled confidence, positivity amongst the wider mass. and India attained freedom in 1947. So APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who is known as the Missile Man of India, rose from humble beginnings to become one of India's most respected scientists and the 11th President of India. His optimistic vision for India's future, coupled with his dedication to science and technology, inspired generations of Indians to dream big and work towards a better future. And all of us know about Sudha Murthy. She's such a renowned philanthropist and author and the chairperson of Infosys Foundation. So through her philanthropic work, she has touched the lives of millions of underprivileged individuals across India. Her optimism and compassion have made a significant impact on education, healthcare, and rural development. Ratan Tata. Ratan Tata, the former chairman of Tata Sons, is known for his visionary leadership and philanthropy. Under his stewardship, the Tata Group expanded globally while also prioritizing social responsibility and sustainability. So when here, his optimistic approach in business and commitment made a positive impact on the society, and it had earned him widespread respect and admiration. Mary Kom. Mary Kom, also known as Magnificent Mary. She's a renowned Indian boxer and a 6-time world amateur boxing champion, right? So despite facing numerous challenges, including financial constraints and social expectations, she preserved and she was highly determined in achieving her goal. Helen Keller. So despite being deaf and blind from a young age, Helen Keller became a symbol of resilience and optimism. So with the help of her teacher, Keller learned to communicate and went on to become a renowned author, speaker, and advocate for the disabled. Walt Disney. He faced numerous setbacks and failures in his career, including bankruptcy and rejection. However, his unwavering optimism and belief in his creative vision led him to create one of the most iconic and beloved entertainment empires in the world. And we also know about Nelson Mandela's achievement. So despite being in the jail for 27 odd years, in the prison for his anti-apartheid activism, Nelson Mandela, he emerged and he gave a message of reconciliation and forgiveness. His unwavering optimism and commitment to justice played a pivotal role in bringing about the end of apartheid in South Africa. Oprah Winfrey. So from a challenging upbringing marked by poverty, so she's such a wonderful star, portraying herself with utmost, positivity when she portrayed herself on the screen. People were literally mad and inspired by her. So apart from this, I can go on for hours and hours talking about the great personalities who have brought about a tremendous transformation and touched the heart and the lives of so many souls. The power of optimism on our body. So optimism, the tendency to believe that things will turn out well, it can also have a profound impact and effect on our body and overall well-being. So here's how, the optimism can create a positive impact on our body. So firstly, let's focus our attention towards improved immune function. So research suggests that optimistic individuals tend to have a stronger immune system. So because the positive emotions, it boosts the production of antibodies and enhances the body's ability to fight against infections and illnesses. Reduce stress levels. So this is already being discussed. So it's associated with lowering the levels of stress hormones such as the cortisol. And chronic stress can weaken the immune system and contribute to various health issues. So by cultivating optimism, individuals may experience less stress and its detrimental effects on the body. Better cardiovascular health. So supposing if there is a lot of panic attacks, most of the individuals, they do experience panic attacks, and that will have a devastating effect on the heart, the cardiovascular impairment. So what I would say, my dear friends, be optimistic in life. Optimistic people often have healthier hearts. They may have lower blood pressure, reduced risk of heart disease, and better overall cardiovascular health. So positive emotions can lead to relaxation, which in turn can improve blood flow and heart function. Then faster recovery from illness or surgery. Supposing a person would have undergone a surgery and you tell, oh my God, it was such a bad experience for you. Maybe this person would have just, come out of the operation theater, must have undergone, cancer surgery to remove the cancerous cells. So if you boost his confidence and say, hey, look, this is after all a simple ailment, and I'm sure you will come out of it. So if you give him more positivity, and that positivity will help him to recover better and say, yes, after all, what it was, unlike those days wherein cancer was incurable, but now the way, science has progressed, nothing on earth, is incurable, including cancer. So that positivity has to be enforced on an individual. So the individuals would recover from illnesses, even if they would have had a very big surgery, the scope for improvement will always be high. And then the longer lifespan. Optimism has been linked to a longer lifespan. So people who maintain a positive outlook on life tend to adopt healthier lifestyles, such as exercising regularly, eating nourishes and nutritious food, and avoiding harmful habits like smoking or excessive drinking, all of which can contribute to longevity. And pain management. Optimism also plays a role in pain perception and management. So positive emotions can release endorphins, the body's natural pain relievers, and help individuals cope better with chronic pain conditions. And then your enhanced mental health. While not directly related to the body, optimism has profound effects on mental health, which in turn can influence physical well-being. So optimistic individuals are less likely to experience depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues that can have physical manifestations and negatively impact the overall health. So in a sense, optimism isn't just a state of mind. It's a powerful force that can positively impact our physical health. So let me share my personal experience. So as I had mentioned during the training program, so I have two sons. My elder one is in his second semester engineering. He's doing his computer science from RV College of Engineering. And my little one is a special needs child. So in the initial stages, his post-birth, of course, it was a C-section though. And after he was born, the first year was perfectly all right with him. His milestones were fine. There was absolutely no concerns. So after his first year birthday, it so happened, things just started regressing at his end. And I had no clue what may be the reason. Did I identify when I just happened to take him to one of the functions, my cousin's engagement? So her friend from Chandrasekhar Institute of Speech and Hearing, just came and observed him and said, hey, look, Lakshmi, there is some red flag that I'm going to, that I have identified in your child. So why don't you just take him and get himself one assessment? And that was a red alert, or what I would say, an alarm which struck me. So I thought, yes, there may be some concern with my child. And immediately I had to take him for assessments. And I also got that Bayer test done, to evaluate the option that, he is, his hearing is fine. But I knew very well, and he was responding very well to all those ads, particularly, in the TV. But still, I just wanted to ensure that there is no hearing problem. By God's grace, yes, there was absolutely no problem. And then I had to take him to the pediatric neurologist. So that particular day was literally devastating for me. He said, look, Lakshmi, there is no way your child can become normal. So he has this ADHD. And I really seriously, I didn't know what this ADHD was. So attention deficit hyperactive disorder. And I felt this is the end of my life. So just like any other mom, I thought, what would happen to my son? What about his future? But after a certain point of time, did I realize, see, as a mother, in case, if I feel low, what will happen to my son and my family? Then I just tried to evaluate options and see what best I could do for my son. So I put him in a mainstream school. I enrolled him in a mainstream, but unfortunately that did not help. And later did I realize that he is autistic. Okay, there is some developmental issues in him. So I started taking him from pillar to post. trying to cater to all his therapeutic needs, speech therapy, occupational, behavioral intervention program and all that. So from where I was literally on the verge of giving up in life. So I thought that's all is the end. So, but later, that I do not know from where I got that, optimistic trait within me. I thought nothing on earth is impossible. So impossible literally means I am possible. So then I could make out a tremendous transformation in my son. So the moment I started inculcating that positive trait in me, that vibes was transferred to my son as well. So he gradually started improving. And then I enrolled him in a full day program where all the therapies were incorporated under the same umbrella. So the managing trustee of V-Nurture Foundation, Ms. Gayatri Anand, was the one who just came as a blessing to me. So in fact, she asked me, what is it that you would like to do for yourself? Then I told, see, I am really passionate about travel and particularly yatras, and I wish to pursue Kailash Mansarovar Yatra. And of course, I was not a one who would, go on long treks or whatever, but this was something which really touched my heart. And I thought, let me, fulfill this dream of mine. And this is something which I told her. She said, don't worry, Lakshmi, you please carry on. I am here to support your child. And I did discuss with my husband, and even he was of immense support. So 3 days of parikrama, I could accomplish by foot. And I would say it was not just, devotion the bhakti in me helped me to accomplish this yatra. But again, the positivity in me, so particularly the second day wherein, I had to scale up the Dolmala Pass. That was a day when I had very high temperature, and fortunately, nobody checked my pulse and nobody, even tried to find out what was my oxygen level. So when I just scaled up, so maybe about a kilometer or so, I tried to instill that confidence in me. I said, look, Lakshmi, you can definitely do it. So I just closed, my eyes, prayed to the Lord, and I thought nothing on earth is impossible. So I could trek uphill 6 kilometers and downhill 6 kilometers and 12 kilometers, on the level land. So almost 48 kilometers. I could successfully accomplish Kailash Mansarovar Yatra. So this was a tool I tried to incorporate in every mission that I accomplished. So initially in V-Nurture Foundation, I was, in charge of the administration, and later I moved on to accounts. And then people, at my institute, they said, you have potential in networking. So why don't you explore that? So I would say, my dear friends, so though I am from an engineering background, I had no clue about what accounting was. So my only focus, my only aim, and my only goal was to see that, what best I can give to the society and how I can empower, the parents who are literally devastated. I could, feel what they were going through, because myself as a parent, you will not believe there's so many parents who used to carry their children, physically disabled children. They used to bring them to our center by auto. So I felt that, I'm so blessed to have a son who can walk. In fact, we used to take him to all the yatras that we had pursued, Char Dham Yatra, then Leh Ladakh. Like this, we gave him enough exposure. So what I'm trying to convey, my dear friends, see, we will have a lot of, challenges in life, but how we approach to this, these challenges will really bring a tremendous transformation in our life. So this is something which I really wanted to share with all of you. So, and also the tips which I would like to give to parents in bringing up the children, as it's the same thing, the mantra is very simple. Kindly don't enforce your children, because there is so much of peer pressure these days. My son is doing well in academics and the other person is very good at music, and then you take them to, piano classes and abacus and what else and what not. So what happens is the pressure starts mounting in parents, and the same, stress level and the pressure is being transferred to their children. So if the child is stressed, obviously you cannot expect any results from your children. So please make sure, this is my serious and sincere advice to the parents. So please ensure to instill positive, positivity in your children, and say, be it exams or any competition, it is just a part of life. So else what happens is nowadays, children get into this depression, and there has been so many suicidal cases that we have also inquired. So just to cite another example is one parent who used to come to our center, attend all the PTMs. So it was so happened that, only the father used to speak and mother was always silent. We never knew what on earth was happening. And in fact, we tried to talk to her, but it so happened one fine day. So the stress and, the pressure that she was in, she was an extremely pessimistic person. She had, every time, like she used to think, the moment you enroll the child for a program, you can't expect anything, to happen overnight. You need a lot of patience. She didn't have that patience. She just tossed her child from the 4th floor, and that was the end of, the child. So that was a very bad, it was a very bad experience. And I mean, I'm literally in tears when I just think about, this when I just couldn't talk to the father because we had really no words to comfort him. So that is another focus. I counsel parents, try to boost their confidence and, bring out their, what do you say, the agony which is within them. So optimism also plays a very big role in this front. So, and one more thing I would like to say is this Gaur Gopal Das. I'm sure you must have heard about his discourses. So what Gaur Gopal Das says, supposing, say you have a problem, okay? You have a problem, right? Can you do anything about it? Do you have a solution? Yes? Then why worry? All right? You have a problem. Can you do anything about it? No. Then why worry? So, and also, you might also know about the famous quote, arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached. So this is a very famous quote from Swami Vivekananda. And one more thing is, I would also cite another simple story, okay? Vyasaraya once asked all his disciples, who can go to heaven? So this had come in, a movie. So Dr. Rajkumar was an actor in that movie. So yaru hogabodu. So andere, so everybody said, they gave their own instances. But so so it so happened when Vyasaraya asked Kanakadasa, he said, Nanu hodare hogabodu. So there is so much meaning in it, my dear friends. So if you have ego, you cannot achieve anything in life. So people were wondering, what is he trying to say? He is so egoistic. What he meant was, if you have ego, you can never reach heaven, right? So please give up all the egos and forge ahead with success. I'm sure things will definitely change at your end. And nothing is impossible in this world. And the best part is even my blood group is be positive. So stay positive and be happy, work hard, don't give up hope, be open to criticism and keep learning. Surround yourself with happy, warm, and genuine people. And the greatest glory in living lives, not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. So when you have a dream, you've got to grab it and never let it go. Okay. So this was something which was famous, quoted by Carol Burnett. And dream as if you live forever. Live as if you'll die today. So, and you must have also watched another movie. There's a very famous song by P.B. Srinivas. Agadu endu kai katti kulitare, agadu kelasavu munde. Manasu. So with this, I conclude my session. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, AMCAD, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Sandeep sir. Thank you, Chetan sir. And thank you, my dear friends.